So when we talk about this thing, self-plagiarism, yes, that is also one of the things. Paraphrase test via AI tools. So AI systems may generate as what original wording, but the underlying ideas or logic may come from the patterns. Like when whenever we are using any kind of tools, if we say climate change, so the way the wording is been given, that way we get the answer from that particular tool. Okay, so this challenges the traditional understanding of the plagiarism also. So there would be some aspect which is very important. We need to understand, and we need to make the students also understand. There could be a self-plagiarism or even the paraphrase text via AI tools also. No worry, you can use. Tell the students, you use the tool, but the content directly you need not take. You reframe it. You put your own ideas. So that will be your original work. So that is what is AI generated text and even detection limitations when we talk. So original wording by underlining the ideas or logic. Okay. So it may come from what the patterns in their own training data. So whatever standard plagiarism checkers are there, it may bypass it. So when we are comparing with the conceptual similarity. So researchers, students, they might unknowingly commit such kind of intellectual plagiarism also. Copying the reasoning or research framing without any citations. So when we talk about the research, as we all know that citation is also very much important. So fabrication and falsification, synthetic data misuse. Yes, AI can generate some synthetic data. There could be some fake citations or some fabricated results also. So automated content can be used to inflate the research output or manipulate the metrics. So here also I can give one example, like researchers, they use an AI tool to create data supporting an hypothesis. Okay, so that was never actually tested. So there could be a serious case of scientific misconduct also. So what are the safeguards for this? You implement the data verification, replication checks need to be done. Journals, like universities, they should require raw data submission. Train the faculties, train the students in ethical research and even in the AI literacy also. Yes, obviously, should AI be credited as an author? That I have already said. Responsibility of researchers using AI tools. This is also one of the aspects. Lack of disclosure. Researchers not disclosing the AI assistance. Ethical requirement for transparency in methods. So this is very important. So whenever you are taking any kind of information from the AI, like AI tool, you need to have a kind of transparency in the method. So this, when I'm talking about the authorship issues or the lack of disclosure, according to global research, like ethics bodies, I think science people can know Nature or COP, elsewhere. Okay, so according to global research ethics bodies, AI tools cannot qualify as authors. That's all they say. So authorship requires what? Accountability, intellectual contribution, and the ability to defend or respond to questions about the work, about the qualities that only humans may possess. AI can assist, yes, obviously, in writing, in editing, or even in the data analysis also. But it does not possess the intent, understanding, or the moral responsibility. Like I have already given, like being a science person, generally the most prominent tool which my students are using is ChatGPT. Because only computer science people and all IT people, they would be using more, like there are a lot of tools, but ChatGPT, they use it very directly and they feel that it is very easy to use also. Okay, so if ChatGPT helps to draft a paragraph, it should be acknowledged in the methods of acknowledgement section, but it cannot be listed as a co-author. Why? Because as an AI, it can assist the creation, but it cannot claim the credit or the accountability. So that is the responsibility of researchers whenever we are using the AI tools. So many researchers, students, they are using AI tools for literature summaries, paraphrasing and all. Yeah, but they fail to disclose it. Say, I have used ChatGPT. Why? Because of this there is a creation of false impression of the originality also. So ethical requirement of transparency is very, very important when we are talking about the AI tool. So there should be a mandate AI disclosure statements also in all this, like papers, proposals. We can develop some institutional AI use guidelines, specify the acceptable and unacceptable forms of use, encourage AI literacy among the faculties, students. So how like whatever way you can promote the responsible usages, you promote it. So transparency is considered to be one of the foundation of the trust. So this is what the PIC says about the ethical challenges when we talk about the AI integration, accountability, responsibility, decision-making process, lack of established frameworks, yes, compliances, and even the potential for hidden biases also. Now, what is the governance for framework for responsible AI in academia? So when we talk about the policy development, okay, so what I feel when we talk about the governance framework for responsible AI in academia, policy development, this is considered to be one of the important things. So clear institutional AI policies need to be there. As AI becomes a part of teaching, as I have already like explained to you about the teaching, the research, administrations, okay, so institutions must establish formal policies to ensure its responsible use. So when we talk about the policies, it should align with national standards. That is what, when I have gone through the literature, it's been said, it has been mentioned that it should align with national, global ethical standards. And I can give an example of like UNESCO's recommendation on the ethics of AI, that is 2021. Then UGC, AICTE guidelines on responsible AI adoption. Even IQAC, ethics mandates. So policies should align with national standards and even the global ethical standards also. So without clear policies, AI use becomes a gray area. So policy will give the direction, not the restriction. So as I said, ChatGPT, common, like if you're taking common example of a kind of tool, ChatGPT, if the students have been using, if there is no kind of policies, okay, then how the students will use? They will directly use it, they will directly make the assignment and they will directly submit. But policy will help us to give the direction for the students, for the even faculties also. Guidelines for acceptable and unacceptable AI uses. So what are the acceptable uses? When we talk about the acceptable users, AI assisted writing with disclosure, automated grading under faculty supervision. As I said, if the student is coming with an assignment, like immediately we will come to know that the student has just directly copied from the ChatGPT, whatever content is there. So it should be like under faculty supervision, you tell them what is right and what is wrong and what kind of content they can take directly from the AI tool. So data analytics with consent and transparency. Unacceptable AI uses submitting AI generated work as original. That is unacceptable AI uses. Using AI for falsification of data. Then deploying unverified tools. Why? Because that may also lead to the risk of data leakages, or that could be a kind of bias. So like every college like has an IQAC or a research cell. So form an institutional AI ethics committee. Create an AI use policy document, which could be available to everybody, faculty, students, staff. Conduct some sessions, awareness session, orientation sessions. And what are the on the responsible AI practices? So when we talk about the data governance, data security protocols, so academic AI systems will process large volumes of student, faculty, and research data, as we all know. So storage becomes very important over here. So their institution should establish secure data storage, access the controls, regular audits need to be done. So here I can give you an example, like before using an AI tool for student analytics, you ensure what are the platform complies with the data protection laws. Like India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, it says. Okay. So there should be a concerned, anonymization, limited retention. So you need to inform consent. Individuals must know how, why their data is being used. remove the, you can say that remove the personally identifiable information before using any data in AI models or even the research. So develop a data management policies. That is what it will cover, all things, covering the collection, processing, sharing, disposal, everything. When we talk about the ethical review or oversight, as I have already mentioned, you need to have an institutional ethics committee. So this will help us to have an academic values, human rights, and fairness. Boards need to be there. AI review boards to evaluate the high risk users also. Transparency, reporting. So these all things are very much important. So when we talk about the capacity building, as I said, training for faculty, students, and researchers is very much important. Workshops. You can organize a lot of workshops with respect to the AI usages, on responsible AI usages also. Why? Because then only the teachers or the faculties would come to know, like, what is the importance of the AI and how it has to be used. Now, in our college also, very oftenly our IQAC and even the information cell, they very oftenly organize the sessions on AI usages and all. So it is very important. Why this capacity building matters? When people understand, then only you will come to know. They will come to know how ethically AI governance is effective. Faculty, researchers, students, they will be like, it's a kind of need. You can say the awareness, practical literacy in responsible AI usage also. So you need to suggest institutional practices. Regular review of algorithm systems need to be also same. Continuously, AI tools remain aligned with the institutional values. Data quality checkups need to be done, because regular, if the data quality checks has been done, high quality or diverse or ethically sourced data is only the considered to be responsible for the AI. So data regular checks must ensure that data is accurate, current, consented, personal or sensitive data is anonymized, securely stored. So whatever is monitored, it may get even managed also. So governance is not a kind of, not a one-time policy. It is a living process, as I feel. So there should be continuous training and transparent audits. Academia can ensure AI serves as responsible ally in education as well as in the research also. So when we talk about the best practices for ethical AI use in research and academia, use of AI for learning, not replacement of original thinking. Yes. So AI tools, ChatGPT, or this all can support the understanding, summarizing, and brainstorming ideas. But I feel it should not replace the personal reflection. It should not replace the critical reasoning or creativity. Students should use AI as a learning companion, but it should not be a kind of shortcut for them. What is the goal? The goal is to develop higher order thinking. For that purpose only, this kind of tools are being coming up. Analysis, evaluation, synthesis. AI can assist your thinking, but it should never do the thinking for you. Cite the tools, whatever you are using in the API format. Whenever you are using AI tools, assist in writing, research, or translation. Students should acknowledge their use, like any other source. Encourage this habit among the students, even we as a faculty also. That is considered to be one of the habit which will build a culture of responsibility and even the integrity also. Avoid using AI to write entire assignments. So we need to check. Yes, obviously, idea generation like draft structuring or fact checking. So AI should be a partner in learning, not a proxy for your intellect. Faculties also, they can provide clear classroom AI use policies. Transparent guidelines should be there. You clarify what are the expectations early in the semester. Okay, before your semester starts, Through that, you can clarify it, like the syllabus statements, rubrics, assignment rubrics, classroom discussions on AI ethics. AI tools may be used for idea generation and grammar support, but for not generating full responses or analytical content, you can say. So evaluate the AI generated work very critically. AI written content may often appear very fluent, but may contain some inaccuracies from some fabricated citations or some biased even perspectives also. So whenever, what are the best practices for ethical AI use in research and academia? What I feel is use AI detection tools very cautiously. Yes, for researchers also, disclose how AI contributed to research. Ethical research requires transparency, as I said, credibility, reproducibility, key pillars of research integrity. Ensure the originality, verify the data outputs. For example, like AI-assisted tools, ChatGPT or Grammarly, these are very often used for refining the language or the structure. So transparency in AI use doesn't weaken the research. It will strengthen the trust in it. That thing we need to tell our researchers. When we talk about the institutions, for institutions, we need to establish AI ethics committee. Dedicated committee should be there, or subcells. So review all kind of AI related proposals. So research ethics cell, what they should do, they should review the AI related proposals, review research ethics compliances, define whatever acceptable use of boundaries are there for AI in teaching, for research. So committee can collaborate with legal and even IT departments also for a holistic governance framework. So ensure AI tools comply with all kind of legal standards. So when I was trying to think like what kind of things I can, what kind of knowledge I can share with you all. So this is what I found out. There are some case studies which I have come across. One is case study on AI generated research paper fabrication. So a PhD scholar, he used he basically was like working on a medical research project. Okay, so he used an AI tool to generate the synthetic data. For what purpose? For filling the gap in an incomplete data set. So the scholar believed AI generated numbers would strengthen the analysis, which remained very unnoticed also. So, but when the peer review took place, okay, experts, what they found, they observed repeated numerical patterns inconsistent with real world biological data, lack of raw data availability also. So there was a discrepancy between the reported results and methodology. So as a result, what happened? The journal initiated an investigation. So what was the outcome of this? There was a consequence. Paper retraction from the journal, suspension of the scholar, academic misconduct notation, and even there was a reputational impact on the supervising department and institution. So that is what I want to give a message to you all, like we can use this kind of tools, but whatever information we as a faculty are taking from this particular AI tool or the students are taking, we need to first go through it. Then we should read the paragraph properly. We should reframe it into our own words. Even we can convey this message to our students so that such kind of problem would not be faced by our students or by our faculties also. This is one of the case studies I have come across. It is biased AI in admissions. Because as an academician, we know like how important is even the admission process also. So university algorithm use historical admission data. Lower selection rates for certain committees took place. So audit revealed algorithm bias due to skewed training data, system redesigned with the fairness constraints. So we need to basically check whenever we are using such kind of AI. Even if we are using the AI tool, audit is a kind of must. So audit is very important. So auditing need to be done. So audit will confirm what are the systematic bias against the applicant from specific communities or from these certain regions also. There would be some algorithms that have been used, means there would be some proxy variables, yes, like postal codes or even the school names also. Indirectly, that could be correlated. So, redesign the algorithm to include the fairness constraints. Ensure that protected groups were not penalized by indirect big data patterns also. So, fairness by design is considered to be one of the new academic standard. So, system redesigned with the fairness constraints. AI-assisted teaching and assessment. We all know that we basically, as an institute or as a faculty of that particular institute, we adopt AI for automated grading. So continuous auditing is very much important. AI systems must be periodically reviewed for bias, for accuracy, for unintended consequences. There should be a kind of important aspect which we always says, university must disclose like how AI models make decisions. Transparency. These all things will promote accountability and even the public trust also. So these, I feel, when we talk about the future directions, human AI collaboration, AI as an augmented partner, it should be not it cannot be a kind of replacement, as I said. So future, what I feel, a future of academia lies in synergy between human intelligence and even the artificial intelligence also. AI can augment the educators and researchers' abilities by handling repetitive tasks, data analysis, content generation, freeing humans to focus on creativity and empathy and even critical judgment. However, AI lacks moral reasoning, contextual understanding, value-based decision-making. So quality is intrinsic to human educators and scholars. So the goal is what? The goal is not a human versus AI, but it should be human plus AI. It's an alliance guided by some ethics, or you can say the wisdom. So maintaining human oversight for all critical decisions. Yes, every AI-driven academic process, admissions, grading, research validation, or publication must have human review and even final accountability also. That is what even I feel when I have been gone through all kind of research aspect, or when it is coming to the publication part. Oversight ensures that decisions are not just efficient but also fair, compassionate, and even the context aware also. Like for example, AI may shortlist the candidates for scholarships, but final selection, what I feel, it must be human review for contextual factors like background or even the potential. Build in fairness, privacy, and explainability. Yes, this is also one of the future direction. Then global standards and regulations. That is very important. UNESCO AI ethics framework need to be done. Like UGC, NAC, and institutional AI governance guidelines should be designed. Okay, why? Because these all things in India. In India also, like UGC, NAC, they are basically emphasizing on what? Digital ethics, on AI governance, academic integrity within that higher education quality frameworks. So institutions are expected to integrate AI literacy modules in curriculum, implement research integrity mechanisms for AI-assisted work. So there is a need for unified national AI ethics policy also. So our vision for the future should be what? A unified framework would connect the government, academia, industry. So when we talk about the government, it should be policy and law. Academia could be ethics and curriculum. Industry, it could be innovation and application. So this synergy would ensure AI in academia is ethical, inclusive, and credible. So India needs not just an AI policy, but an ethical AI vision. That is what I feel. One that merges technology with timeless human values also. So what is the what is my conclusion is like AI will offer immense opportunities for innovation in academia. So future of education is not about replacing human intellect with algorithms. It's about guiding AI with conscience, compassion, and even the clarity. So ethical governance will ensure that as AI evolves, humanity remains at its heart. So ethical governance ensures that AI strengthens academic integrity rather than undermines it. So personalized learning, data-driven insights, accelerated research. So AI, whenever we are using it ethically, it will enhance the creativity, precision, accessibility in education. So technology without ethics is power without direction. So institutions, what I feel is proactively they should build the policies, audit systems, even they should also educate the stakeholders. So goal is responsible, fair, transparent, accountable AI use in research as well as the education. So this is one of the pick I got. Even I have Googled it, and this is what is the ethical AI says: fairness, transparency, preventing harm, building trust, privacy, accountability. So these are the references. Thank you.